Hello everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome Zav, welcome Geeky. Hope you've both had a good day so far. We are just about to get into qualifying. Welcome. I should put quali fuel in the car. I did a couple of practice laps just before I started the stream. Let's say 21. Let's say 21 liters.
Green light. Go.
And I'm going to put 0.2 psi in all tires. I've just got some notes on my second monitor of pressures, temperatures, fuel, just so in the event of me being busy and not being able to practice, I have some stuff to go on. So yes, welcome along to the stream. Hope you're not too tired yet, Geeky. Yeah, waking up 4 a.m. It's maybe about 4 a.m. I was going to sleep this morning, and I was up at 7:30, so I didn't get a lot of sleep. But I did get a 2-hour nap after I got home from college, so I'm feeling a little rested. But yeah, sleep schedule is quite out of whack. We're here for the final round of the Harakiri Classics. We should get going now. Just because it is a bit of a long pit lane here. But yeah, unfortunately you only got 21 cars here so far when we have had 50 signed up for the first round, so an unfortunate drop off, but it's always to be expected to some extent. Car very bouncy over the curbs. But yes, this is the final round. There has been a bop change. Of course, so far for the series we've been using the LFM bop, and that is still true, but the in-game Kunos bop, of which the LFM bop is applied on top of, has changed in the update in yesterday's update that brought in the GT2 cars. So that has effectively caused a bop change. Yeah, it has just caused a bop change. So some cars may be a little stronger, some may be a little weaker than they were previously. That though I'm not too fussed on.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Let's talk about the update a little bit. We've got GT2 cars. I haven't had the chance to try them out yet, so can't say anything of them. But I did do about 10 laps yesterday around the Red Bull Ring in a 720S Evo, and it was fun to drive. It was good. I wasn't expecting another track this update until it kind of started getting leaked. The Red Bull Ring was getting added. It's great to see another track, a little more variety for all the calendars, and I think it'll make for some great racing. So we'll look forward to probably some races around there. As you know, new track will probably feature on just about every calendar on in any ACC community. Yes, Red Bull Ring, or formerly known as the A1 Ring, home of the Austrian Grand Prix for Formula 1 and MotoGP. So we'll have some races to look forward to around there at some point in the future. We'll also probably jump into a GT2 series at some point. There are a couple I've seen already cropping up. So we'll probably jump into one of them, see how the GT2s are. Anyway, we're on our third lap for qualifying. So we should settle down here, try and get a decent lap in. Car is feeling quite nice to drive. Capex are always the best. Using a lot of curb at the first apex there of Aqua Minerale. So that puts us half a second up now. Our laps aren't too messy, but there's definitely time in them.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Just realizing where I can push for a little more time. Get a bit of a weird bounce there off the curb. Not ideal. Does lose us by a tenth as we come down to the Rivazzas to finish off the lap. We're getting about 6 tenths there, getting to the 41s. Do have a little bit of traffic ahead, but they've invalidated their laps, so hopefully they don't hold us up at all. And they pull side to kindly let us through. just slightly down on our delta so far. With a wobble through Aqua Minerale. Puts us 2/10 down. Just slightly getting out of track limits there at the chicane, trying to make up time. Currently we sit in P11. Which is about halfway up the grid. With the 21 drivers. We would have been slightly quicker that lap by about 10th. Flinging the car over the curbs, carrying more speed into the chicane, but not able to translate it. Out of the chicane. Getting on the gravel a little bit out of the second chicane. Losing us a little bit of time. Much neater, much tidier over the chicane this time. Gets us by 1/10.5 up on our delta. Carry that to about 2/10. Get a little bit of slipstream up to the start finish line. Does improve it. Don't think we gained any position, so unfortunately. We have bid traffic, so we're just gonna back off, let this car through. I'm gonna put fuel map up to map 1. Just because we'll make sure we've 2.8 litres of fuel for starting next lap. And we're just going to be a little shy of that currently. So put in map 1, trying to sort of coast around a bit, just trying to save fuel. Our tire pressures are on the slightly low side, especially on the front. And the race does take place 1 hour later in game than quali does, so we'll have to account for that with probably at least 1 click of PSI. We'll maybe put 2 in just to be safe and an extra 1 or 2 in the front tires. We have to get a move on as we have more traffic behind us. And we don't want to let the tire pressures get too low. So I have a final corner then for one last attempt. I think I'm just a little short on fuel, so I think we'll switch back to map 1.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Just try and make sure we get to the end of the lap. Taking a bit too much carb there and settling the car. It's getting unsettled on the apex curb there.
Yellow flag is at all.
Bad by soft chicane, yeah, we're well down on our delta, so we will practice a pit entry instead. Quite safe there, so we know we can afford to be a little more aggressive, just a tad more aggressive in the race. Yes, GT2 is more power, less aero, sort of similar to the Fry Challenge in that aspect that we're driving on Mondays currently.
Mandatory stop.
I can say about a second and a half down on the pole time there. Definitely could have gained 3 positions there in the next 0.2 of a second, but to improve further than that, I think would have been difficult. Certainly with how much practice I've had. And oh, I dropped down there to 14th at the end. Unfortunately, I've 22 drivers. I do just want to check, is this? Yes, we have fixed refueling time. So we were using 2.7 litres a lap. So we'll need to do our normal fuel calculation. Standard. So we're saying about 140 lap times. So that's 100 seconds, which makes 36 laps. Given there is a pit stop and start time loss, probably will stay at 36. So 36 times by the 2.7 we're using a lap gives us 97.2, so that's 100 throughout the race. We will just go 50-50. I will put 2 PSI in each tire, since the track has dropped 3 degrees since qualifying, and it will drop further throughout this race. And then I'm going to put 2, just one in the front tires, and we will copy that into the pit strat. And now we wait for the start. PC is chugging a little bit. Everything is just kind of slow on Discord. On my second monitor here. Looks like it's just about alright.
30 seconds.
Right, there's our 30-second call, so make sure, right, you can see track has already gone from 24 to 23 degrees C while we've just been sitting here on the grid for a few minutes.
10 9 seconds. Stay single file.
So just wait for the front half of the field to pull away for the formation lap. Welcome, Emmy. You're just in time for start of the race, as formation lap has not long begun. We've qualified P14 out of P22, so hoping to gain a couple of positions throughout this race. So we're just getting temperature into the brakes to get the tyres up to temperature. The sun will be getting close to setting this race. We're currently about 7 p.m. local time, in-game time, I should say, not local. As it is currently 23 minutes past 7 local time for myself. Yes, thanks for joining us, Emmy. Hope you've had a good day so far. Better than yesterday? Well, shame to hear about yesterday, but glad to hear things are improving. Oh, sorry to hear that, Emmy. Hopefully we can have a good, enjoyable race here to help make you feel a bit better from yesterday. Speaking of, lining up in double file for the start. Very patiently for us to switch over. There we go. A couple of other cars around us getting drive-throughs off the start. Managed to get a good start. And stayed clean so far through the first chicane, while it's stayed clean through the second chicane. There's sort of the threat of a crash, but there hasn't been one yet. There's no need to be too aggressive with the 619 here, as they've got a drive-through penalty from the start. Not getting a great bounce from the chicane. But hopefully 619 will take their drive through this lap. And indeed they do. Fortunately, that does leave us with a bit of a gap to the BMW in front. So we'll have to try and close that down. But we've also managed to get a gap behind us. Which is quite ideal. Looks like there's a bit of a fight going on behind us as we really are starting to extend that gap. Now 2 seconds already behind us. But we haven't been able to make any inroads on the car in front yet. So it looks like we could be settling into P11 here. Yeah, I think they do have that pit glitch. So yeah, we're about matching the cars in front of us, but we're significantly faster than the cars behind us, though there has been an incident here at the first chicane, and we've gained 1 position. We're on the back of number 70 Ferrari now. Who theoretically should be faster than us, and as they were a good few positions up the road for that incident, so unless they've taken a lot of damage, they should still have that pace over us. Getting an awkward bounce over the chicane once again. Fry's taking their pit, are they? Probably to repair some damage. Once again, we're only just about matching the cars in front of us. It looks like there's a move on for P7. BMW is trying to get involved as well. Isn't able to quite find the space into the second chicane here. Maybe you're just saying the roll cage. Through the window. On the Ferrari, I don't know, I wasn't paying that much attention to its rear window. One thing I'm going to do before I forget is turn off change tyres. They're starting to close up on the cars in front of us. Big slide there from the BMW. Much kinder bounce through the chicane that time. Seems like the number 13 has left the server, which thankfully clears that yellow flag. Right in front was threatening to pass the Aston Martin, but instead made a mistake into the first chicane. Has lost P7. Ferrari looks like it has some damage on the rear end. There's our first track limit warning. Just slightly wide. Not quite close enough to make a move on the Ferrari just yet, but it is struggling with damage.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
They'll run deep into the first. Of the final two corners. Allows us to get a good switch back and take the place up on the inside of the final corner. And they take the opportunity to dive into pit lane. It's been an issue for one of the cars behind us at second chicane. Seems like our main fight this race isn't going to be necessarily on-track battles, but those on the other side of the track that have already made their mandatory pit stop, while we haven't. Big snap there from the car. As he got into the brakes through Aqua Minerale. managed to hold it together, even if we did lose half a second, but crucial not to pick up another track warning. So with that little mistake, we have lost a little bit of time to the car behind. Haven't really lost any time to the car, to BMW in front. So we don't want to be making too many of those mistakes. If any at all possible, hopefully. And we are already approaching our first lapped car of the race. Even with that being our personal best, car behind was still half a tenth quicker. Lapped Fry nearly spinning there. Looks like they've ended up with a very unstable setup for the race and are struggling from it. Thankfully it meant that we didn't lose any time. Gotta make sure I don't run too wide out of that chicane. Those yellow curbs can be quite nasty, but you can also risk a track cut. It'll be interesting to see who goes for the strategy of not taking tyres and who does this race. Depends how much you value track position, whether you want to take them or not. As we see our first drive through for track limits. Fortunately, that car, as you can just see at the bottom of the relative, is behind us, so we'll not be benefiting from that. I think that's a little too much of a cut. But game hasn't shown any complaint. That too. I think we have to assume that the people that we're fighting that's on our pace aren't going to be destroying their tires. Just getting an awkward bounce from the first apex of the chicane. That's a good run through the chicane that time. I'd love to tell you, Geeky, but I don't know the Imola corner names that well. Just trying to carry as much speed as I can through the first chicane. It's like nipping the gravel on the exit. Variante Alta. Yeah, that sounds about right. Looks like 707's made a mistake behind us. They've dropped to 7 seconds back. Or 8 seconds behind the 68 Porsche, which gives us quite a bit of breathing space now. We really want to make sure we keep our head down. We know we're fighting some people on the other side of the track. They've already made their mandatory pit stop. And who knows, maybe we'll be able to close up and jump the BMW in the pit stops in front of us. It's just closed in a couple of tenths that lap. As the shadows are growing ever longer here at Imola. We're sort of stuck in this kind of yo-yo effect with this BMW. Every so often they'll just increase the gap and then lap or two will close back in. The gap hasn't remained stable over any from lap to lap, but when you take the laps as an average, then yeah, they are pretty much about this same as, you know, this lap. You know, it was basically the inverse of last lap in terms of our lap times. Won't be too long till we're pitting now. Probably this lap and maybe 2 more. BMW had a little slide. We'll probably take a track cut there. Yeah. See track. That doesn't look right. Hang on a minute. Yeah, so track and ambient temp are 22 degrees. Certainly closed up to the BMW this lap. Seems like they've had a per lap. Yeah, down into the 43s, whereas we pick up a 41. We'd be our best lap if we didn't get a track cut during it. Ooh, BMW got a wiggle there off the curb. Pick them in the gravel. It's like a big kick of oversteer into the second chicane. Seems like the BMW is struggling. I'll tell you this now, chat. Whatever the BMW does, we are going to do the opposite. If they stay out, we pit. If they pit, we stay out. BMW really seems to be struggling. We'll only be able to go one more lap if we do stay out. Tires, we're not going to change tires. I'm going to go for track position. And I don't think my tires are in too bad of a condition. So yes, we'll pit. I'll put 50 litres in. I'll take the required 25, or the mandatory 25 seconds to refuel in this series. Let's try and make sure we hit our marks. Perfectly there. Take a moment to hydrate. That was a pretty clean stop. Should get out ahead of the leader, which is quite important. Don't get lapped and have to lose time under blue flags. Hopefully leader pits in a not too distant future so they don't catch us up, as it will be a little close for comfort here. But it's important now that we get up to speed as quickly as we can. See that only 4 seconds to the leader.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
So ideally, hopefully the leader pits this lap. So don't have to deal with those blue flags, as that could be the difference between us jumping in front of the BMW. And them still filing out in front of us. Reach halfway mark of the race. Leader stays out. They're running maybe about a second quicker than we were before we pitted. So we've still got a couple of laps of pace before they'll catch us. But of course, blue flags come into effect once they reach us once they're within a second of us. So that will be about the end of this lap. Cars are pitting this lap. Of course, with our delta being reset, it's don't have any indicator of how good this lap is compared to what we were doing before we pitted. Really hoping the leader pits this lap. I'm sure they do. Let's see. We do beat the 23. Oh, and they've got a stop-go penalty anyway, so it doesn't matter. They knew it'd be tight, so seems like they just pushed the pit entry a bit too far. And number 5 has been disqualified for speeding in pit lane. We do still have one car in front of us that's yet to pit. That's the number 8. So we are in a net P9. Important thing is not to pick up any more track warnings. We have one spare just to be safe. No, I think they just went too quick in pit lane and picked up an immediate DQ. There's a few thresholds for penalties for pit lane speeding. If you're over the pit speed but under the first threshold, you'll get a drive-through. And that is, I believe, from 51 to 55 kilometers an hour. Got a couple of cars in pit lane. If you're from 55 kilometers an hour to, I believe, 100, you'll get stop go 30. And if you're anything above that, you will just get disqualified straight away. But yeah, we had a couple of cars there in pit lane, so that puts us up to P8. Let's not get too distracted now. As I clipped the grass on the way into second chicane there. Does seem like some cars around us have taken tyres if they've lost by an extra 5 seconds in the pit cycle. Yeah, because I didn't see any message coming up for the 5 to serve a drive-through or a stop-go penalty, so you know, the only assumption is that they just broke that final threshold to get DQ'd instantly. I have one more. We have 2 more cars in pit lane. The first one is going to beat us out in the as 777, but we will get past 68 to give us P7. We do have to try and find a little more pace here. We're down in the 43s currently. Which is about a second off where we were before we pitted. And those people on new tyres will be probably in the 31s. You know, even if the people on new tyres only gain half a second per lap, they only need 10 laps for that to balance out time-wise. So we do need to get that lap time down. minimize our time loss. See 31 up ahead, going for a move on the 777. Just out of pit lane, of course. Of course, we are going to have lost a little pace from putting 50 litres of fuel back in the car. Thus, the car is technically heavier for this stint than it was for the first stint. See 2 cars in front getting up to pace now, starting to drive away from us. Car behind only matching us that lap, so maybe the car behind us hasn't taken tyres. Which would give us a nice little margin of safety to the first car that is on new tyres. Should be 7. Apologies. That's quite awkward timing coming up to the hairpin. I also really wish I could take my dressing gown off now, because I am getting a little warm. But yes, I was saying, if 70 is on new tyres, hopefully create that little buffer between 707 that is on new tyres and ourselves. Gotta make sure we still drive quickly though, as if we make mistakes, the 70 could still catch up to us. I think they've gained a little bit of time this lap. Well, I want to try and get back into those 42s. Yeah, 70 went 1 second quicker that lap, so maybe they're on new tyres and it just made a mistake. So we do need to pick up our pace as much as we can. With just 18.5 minutes of the race left to go. Thankfully, lapped car heads into pit lane, so we don't have to think about them. Getting back into those 42s, very important. Another lap where we managed to match the lap time of the 70, which is very important. One thing we do want to check is fuel, just to make sure we're safe. I think we are, but it's close. If we are really worried, we can always go to map 1. As we sort of seen in qualifying, that can save about 0.3 litres a lap, which is quite a bit. You know, so in 5 laps, we'll save 1.5 litres. Especially, 0.3 is a lot, especially with the limited time loss. It's like a 1/10 to a lap. Which, okay, when added up, is a little bit, but I'd expect to lose a lot more time than that, to be honest, when saving more than... It's more than a 10% reduction in fuel use. Yeah, could lift and coast, but it would it wouldn't save as much fuel for the time loss. As we come by to complete lap 27, we have 27 litres left, so that should be 10 laps. So we should be good on fuel. We should be good. So I think there's 9 laps remaining and we have 10 laps of fuel, so we should be good by 2.5 litres. Also, you might have noticed a little drop in the stream or the notification message I got from OBS, so apologies if that, if there was a little cut in the stream. That 70 has closed in quite a bit last lap. But they don't seem to be very consistent. But if they can gain a second a lap, they can easily pass us when they catch us, and they'll easily catch us in the time remaining. Yeah, 7/10 that lap. That's too much for comfort. Two, two, three, picking up a track limits drive through. I think they're too far ahead of us for it to be for it to help us. It'd be close if we could gain a position from that or not, but I think we're just a little too far back. Our bigger concern is definitely the number 70 behind us. He's trying to find a few more tenths a lap to hold them back. And also not get held up by this Lamborghini in front of us. Lambo runs wide to allow us to take place, which is greatly appreciated. Two, two, three will be pitting at the end of the lap they've just started. Managed to find a couple of tenths that lap. On our personal best this stint, just to try and hold off that 70. So we've only gained 1/10 that lap, which is really the progress. That will see us in a the lack of progress, I should say, is really what we like to see. Little lock up. But it doesn't really matter if we can basically match a lap time if we then just lose that time one lap later. It's got to be head down every lap. We are just going to get past the 223. That gives us P6. The only thing you have to assume is 223 can probably that, but at least half a second quicker than us. So they're definitely going to catch up with us, and that is only going to cost us more time. Time that we don't have to the number 70. Ideally, we needed them to come out just behind, if not sort of alongside the 70 to slow them both up. See, that gap that was 2 seconds out of the first chicane last lap is already down to 1 second. That car was like 30 seconds up the road from us. And the car's 30 seconds in front of you after 50 minutes of race, of course. You know, that is about a second a lap. So I think it's important here that we don't defend. Because defending will only lose us more time, and the more time we lose, more likely the 70 is going to be able to pass us. Hopefully the 223 can get a clean pass down start finish straight. They should get a good slipstream down start finish straight. Oh, the half-hearted move just loses us time. And you can see now 70 is just 1 second behind us. And then we get blocked in the chicane. Things really aren't going our way. I think we should have 2 laps to go here. So we need 2 clean laps. Lockup isn't going to help. Looks like 70 has lost a few tenths so far this lap. Thankfully, the McLaren got out of the way. I give them a few flashes just to make sure. I didn't want a repeat of what that Lambo did, because that did cost us quite a bit of time. But we've managed to open that gap up to 1.2 seconds. So as long as we don't make any mistakes this lap, we should be safe. We should be safe. Tracking the penalty for 69 on final lap. That might be another position for us. But we'll worry about that after we finish the race. We've still got to hold on to P7 here. But that'll be good enough for P7. I don't think we'll get P6 off the drive-through penalty in front. But there we go. P7. Oh. I had to work for that one. Passing that Lambo that was lapped had me really worried. There we go, confirmation of final results here. Definitely nowhere near close enough for the 69. In fact, it didn't even cost them one position, as they were just over 30 seconds behind the car in front of them. But we held on to there to P7 by just under a second. You know, in hindsight, taking new tyres probably was the right decision. But yeah, I think, you know, we had, you know, with the 23 getting the stop go for speeding and pillion, we would have had the 5-second margin to take tyres. you know, whether to say the 70 or 707 would have had pace to catch us up anyway, you know, that's still a factor. That you know, we'll never know the answer for, but it is a fun race. Fun race indeed. Yeah, it's 11 finishers on the lead lap in the end. 18 at the flag. I'll double save it just to be safe. Yeah. That us quit out of the server, and we'll have a little look at the replay, and then we'll do the Art of Rally daily stage to finish off the stream. It's 8:30. So yeah, I did save it, so we'll just delete that one. We'll look at the 23, see how they got that penalty, and we'll also look at how the 5 got themselves disqualified. So the 23, you know what? Ah, 70 was one of the cars involved in this. Oh dear. Crash. So it looks like this Porsche in slipstream pulls out to the outside. Oh, that's let's take a little I need this camera. Let's get an overhead shot. You can see there is a little bit of rubber banding lag. The Porsche is just alongside. The big thing is, as you get to this braking zone, you can see the track isn't straight. There's a little kink just in this braking zone. You hit the brakes probably. I was using a reference of this little service road. So you can see, you know, how you won't brake in a straight line, so you kind of angle yourself towards the inside of the track, which then becomes the outside after the little kink. And that is just what's happened here. So you can see as we're sort of hitting, we're sort of maybe coming across a little bit earlier, but if you sort of take a straight line from where this Porsche is, you can see they are heading towards the grass even. You know, they can't even, if they took the braking zones straight, they would end up with a wheel on the grass. The Ferrari is also the same, so yeah, it is just converging lines when there's a slight overlap. This is, in terms of like, oh, who's at fault, you know, you really have to look through the rule book, because do they, I think they make contact just before they hit the brakes. Just as they're hitting the brakes. You know, so that's a tough call. And 70 just getting into the back of the 96. So you can see 70 came out. They came out just in front of us. The 96 also, you can see the rear end. They got damage from this. So that's why they were struggling for pace, because they had that damage. And why, if we go a lot further, we were able to catch up and get good exits out of the chicane, just have a bit more momentum, probably the damage hurting the Ferrari. Ferrari just runs a little bit deep, trying to hold on position. We're able to get a cut back, and yeah, we just slide up the inside. They don't fight it too hard as they've made the decision. They're going to go into the pits, take their pit stop. They're nice and safe on the pit entry, which could not be said for the number 23. We'll go into the in-car to get a speed. Yeah, that's way too late on the brakes. Let's get out the our free cam. Slow this down. We'll take it from the trailing end of the diffuser, as I think that's when you need to be under the speed limit. And 66 kilometers an hour. And the car's entirely in pit lane. In fact, if we just run this forward there, yeah, we're a good car length into pit lane by the time we've got down to pit speed. That will be their penalty. Let's look at the number 5, who also appears to be pitting this lap. And yeah, I think we've kind of forgotten to brake here. For reference, my braking marker was maybe about here. By car length or two after the white line, car length or two before this chevron arrow starts. The BMW seemed to brake about where this chevron starts on the right-hand side wall. Here in this Ferrari, we're only braking at the start of the pit wall, which is way too late. And as such, it's not instant teleport. I think if this was practice or qualifying, they'd instantly have been teleported to pit lane for their speed. Let's have a look. 122.8 kilometers an hour. Yeah, that's, you're not gonna get away with that. Even, let's give them a little bit more of the pit lane. 121.7. And then let's see, when do they get down to the 50? About here. Actually, we'll be exact. We can do this. Slip back down again. There's 50.1 here. We're a good few car lengths beyond that pit lane now. So, yeah, we'll just speed this up here. Come down pit lane. Take their pit stop. At this point, the race is over. They're getting disqualified as soon as they exit the pit lane. You can see, you come down pit lane, and poof, disqualified. Speeding in pit lane. 122 kilometers an hour when the pit speed is 50. Good 72 over. That is quite bad. So yes, we will now um, switch over to Art of Rally for the daily stage. We'll also check up on we'll also check up on where we stand on the weekly event, since we did complete that on Monday's stream, which I'm glad I did, to be honest. Oh yeah, and the daily event from Monday. We can transition over. We'll start off with the weekly event. Leaderboard currently sitting 48th in top 10%, or were we previous week 23rd, top 2%. So yeah, a bit of a disappointment compared to last week, but oh well. Where do we sit from Monday? I didn't get time to do it on Tuesday or Wednesday. 21st, top 4%, which is pretty good from Monday. Let's see where we can get today. We've got Group B at Kenya. It's a short 2.7 dirt stage. And we have Group B car that my brain does not remember the name of. A little bit of braking just over that jump to be safe. Quite a nice car to drive. We're already halfway through the stage. This is quite a quick stage, so it goes in quickly. Yes, we've got this tightening left-hander. This right-hander and one final square left-hander. Finish off. Just go clip that rock, which is going to lose us a few attempts. Not too much time as it's the end of stage. I'll put us 16th currently in top 4%. Just 4 seconds off the top time so far. So yeah, good clean stage that. We maybe lost one position from hitting that rock, to be honest, but hey-ho. Still good enough. Happy with that. So with that, that will be it for the end of this stream. Thank you very much for watching. Zav, Geeky, as well as Emmy popped in earlier on, and anyone else who may have been lurking throughout the stream. Tomorrow we're back with the third round of the Thank God It's Race Day series. That is taking place at Zolder. So looking forward to that. That will finish off this week's of streams. Next week we'll be back on Monday with the fourth round of the RCI Ferrari Challenge. That will be taking place at Monza. So we're going back to Monza with Ferrari Challenge. Of course, did a race there with GT3s as well, multi-class, around the Christmas New Year period. Yeah, and then from there, we'll of course have Friday again next week with Thank God It's Race Day. But yeah, that was of course final round of the of this Harakiri Classics series, so we won't have that to return to next week. So maybe we'll do a different stream on Thursday, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. I'm still sort of making plans for next week. Still some stuff up in the air. So yeah, we'll have to see. As I said, thank you all for watching. Hope you all have good rest of your evening and a good start to Friday. And I'll hopefully see you for stream then. But until then, take care of yourselves. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.